The crash of my apartment door at Fort Carson jolted me awake at 2 a.m. Victor Lang filled the shattered frame, his face twisted with the same rage that had poisoned my childhood. Behind him, Brody jammed something into the lock from outside, trapping us inside. But this time, I wasn't alone. Jordan Hayes, my battle buddy, was already moving, bat in hand. 20 years of his control over Mom had led to this desperate invasion. Tonight, it ended. My name is Sergeant Ashley Cooper. I'd faced sandstorms and threats in Afghanistan, but nothing compared to the fear that once lived in our little house outside Colorado Springs. Dad died when I was 14, leaving Mom and me in grief that hollowed her out like the dry plains wind. Victor, a local contractor, swooped in like a savior, fixing our roof for free, then slowly taking everything. By the time they married, Mom had quit her job at the elementary school. Joint accounts became his. Friends vanished. Bruises appeared in places no one could see. I watched her shrink, whispers replacing her laughter, and every night the guilt clawed deeper. Why couldn't I stop it sooner? At 17, I found college brochures shredded in the trash. That's when I knew, escape or disappear. The Army recruiter in Pueblo became my lifeline. On my 18th birthday, with help from my high school counselor, I enlisted secretly. Basic training at Fort Jackson was brutal, but every drill reminded me I was choosing my own chains now, ones that built strength, not broke it. Deployments came and went. Mom's calls grew shorter, monitored. I built evidence in secret. Photos, records of financial control. When she ended up in the hospital last month, fractured ribs from a fall, I rushed home on emergency leave. With a Colorado protective order in place and JAG lawyers advising on federal options, I thought we'd have time to heal. But Victor found my address through public records. He and Brody planned the diversion, a fake fire at the motor pool to pull MPs away. In the apartment, Victor lunged. "You turned her against me," he snarled, grabbing my arm. Pain flared, but inside, years of silent fury boiled over. Not her. Not anymore. I twisted free using close-quarters training, knee striking his thigh. Jordan yelled for me to hit the beacon, a small device from our last deployment. 3 presses. Sirens wailed across base almost instantly. The room spun with shouts and flashing lights. Military police burst in, weapons drawn, seeing the forced entry on federal property, the protective order violation, the visible marks on Mom's arms. Victor and Brody were cuffed within minutes. Federal charges piled on: assault on service members, unlawful entry onto military installation, interstate stalking, domestic violence enhancements under Colorado and federal law. As they dragged him away, Mom stepped forward, voice trembling but clear for the first time in years. "It's over, Victor. I choose me now." Her eyes met mine, filled with quiet resolve that cracked something deep inside me, the years of carrying her silence like my own failure. In the days that followed, victim services connected us to counseling through the VA. Mom started speaking to prosecutors, her testimony key to sealing long sentences. I learned the hardest truth. Strength isn't just fighting back. It's choosing to heal, to build a new family from those who lift you up. The military community rallied, offering support groups and safe housing. We don't hate, we release. Victor's cage is the one he built himself. By speaking out and trusting the system, the protective orders, the laws protecting victims, the bonds of chosen family, we broke the cycle. Now, Mom laughs again under Colorado skies, and I stand taller, knowing every scar led us to freedom. True power comes from turning pain into protection for others. If you're in the dark, reach out. Help is there. You are not alone.